Hey, all right. We're going to be going over some of the last things you guys are going to need to do to your project to turn it in as Project 3. So the last thing that you guys are going to be doing is annotating your dimension lines around your project. So let's get right into it here. I'm going to click on the Annotate button, and we've got a couple options here for aligned and linear. I'm going to go ahead and go with linear for mine. Actually, sorry, aligned. Um, they do slightly different things. I'm not. I like aligned because you can kind of pick and choose specific things. And really, we're going to be bouncing around between this first option here of different things. We actually want to do center of core for a lot of these. And then for this one, we're going to pick individual references or entire walls. And we'll switch back and forth between these. So let's go ahead and do individual references first. And then what I'm going to actually, sorry, let me go back to that. I'm actually going to do the entire wall. So we'll do the entire wall first, and then we'll go back and fix things. In this options menu, I'm going to hit make sure openings are checked, and then I can either choose widths or centers. I'm going to do centers for our doors and windows. And then if we do have any, we'll choose intersecting walls as well. So what that lets us do is it actually lets us drag out a section from this wall here, and it's going to kind of auto-generate a lot of the stuff that's going on here. And especially for my project, when I get to this wall right here, you can see that it generates a whole bunch of stuff. And so while I'm going through this, keep in mind, we kind of covered this real briefly last semester, but what I'm looking for here is that in this case, this wall right here, the core center line is checked, where this section of wall ends, and so this is this first line right here, this first set of dimensions we're generating. These are going to be kind of every single step along this wall, something that changes, right? So if I change this to the widths here, then come on, there we go. Then redrawing this wall right here, actually that one was fine, would produce a different result there. So you can see that one's showing the width of the window, this one's showing the center line. I'm kind of fine with either as long as the important part is you get it in there, okay? So what this has done though is it's created a couple issues here. Because I changed this wall, we have this wall right here and this wall right here, and when I pulled this wall section out, it drew two separate sections right here. So I actually want to get rid of this second one that goes down there. So I'm going to hover over this corner, and I'm going to hit tab until I get to the right one I want to delete. And I think I just got it right there. And then I also want to get this one right here. So now what that does do is that leaves me with, it should leave me with nothing in between. Come on. I swear this mouse is dying every single day. Come on. Come on. No? What's going on here? Okay. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that's not playing nice. Alright, so we do have that gap, and then we've got that one. So I just, that was all to check, make sure that number was there, which it is. Okay. So, again, we've got corner here where that ends, and then we've got the core center line here. Do I want this one? So, yeah, yes I do. Yeah, so this is another one I need to fix here. So again, I'll just hold down tab, click on it, hit delete. It looks like it got that one, so I'll just, again, hold down tab, delete that section, and then I'll come back again with another one. And this is where I can correct it by choosing individual references. So this time I'm going to reference here, and I'm going to reference here, and then I'm going to drag it out. So that lets me go back and correct anything that it did funky, as a technical term. So kill that one right there, and then we do have that section. So it looks like we're good with that one. All right, so again, first level, it's every single little change, right? So we're marking every single thing down. The second row that we're going to document in here, is going to be major changes. So we're going to be looking at anywhere where the building pad itself, or you have an exterior change. So this, again, I'm going to do individual reference, but now I'm going to change this to faces of the core. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go from this outside face to this outside face. And I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to leave some space. I'll show you why in a moment. We just need a little bit extra space there, though. And then same thing, I'm going to go back here, find that line, come over here, find that line, and then if we're lucky, it'll snap, but there it is. Okay. And then right there, and we snap that in. So you can see now I've got two sets of lines. One's showing like fairly frequent changes of what's documented along there. We do have a couple issues I need to address though. So see how this is kind of going over that line and it's kind of hard to read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little dot right here, and I'm going to move this up into that space that we left. And it's going to create a leader line for me automatically, just to be helpful. And I'm going to just kind of go through here and do the same. Come on. With all of these. Yeah, this mouse is dying on me. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I've got that one right there, and I'm just going to go through again and just double check that all of these are readable. Oh, this is another one that I don't need. So we can delete that, and then we'll come back again with another one. Again, this one will be center of core, and let's see how we actually do this one. Center of core, and right there. Okay. And so just double check that all of these are, again, lined up or targeting what I need. This one would actually be a good case for me to come back and redo it as one of these. But again, I'm not too concerned about that as much as I am concerned for you guys about the fact that you understand how to do this process. All right? All right. So that gives me all of those. Next, I'm going to go around and just start another section of the wall. So again, I'll click on Annotate, Aligned. I'm going to do Center of Core, and I'm just going to go right through this whole process again. So if I'm lucky, and when you do this, try and keep it offset from the building, right? You don't want it like overlapping with something, but you don't want it right on anything else. So I'm going to put it right there. That gives me a little bit of breathing room. And then, of course, we'll pull this one out. We'll pull this one out, and once you get used to this, you can kind of just go, you know what, I'm going to do everything all at once. And just start jamming through here. Nope. And if you're feeling real fancy, you can even like just do all of them all at once. But I think it gets kind of confusing. But if that's your jam, go for it. So then, again, once I've got that section, we will do faces of the core. And then I'm going to, again, do individual reference. That's more because of how my model is set up than anything else. Oh, this is just one big long one. Okay. There we go. And then it does snap kind of like right there on some of these. I'm going to go ahead and use that for here. It looks like I've got this one is the only one that's kind of being weird. And so I'm going to set this one out here, just for the sake of readability. But this one too, of course. These wonky little end corners I put in here, I just had to do it, huh? All right. So then, things to watch out for on this. So, I mean, just follow that process, go around. One of the things that you do need to watch out for, and that we'll sometimes run into, I gotta show you guys this just so that it makes sense what I'm explaining. So let's say you had this kind of L-shaped or sort of concave surface right here. Let's say you're going through and you're documenting this, right? And you're jamming out your let's do faces, and we'll do interval references. Okay, so let's say you're just jamming out. You're going from here to here, and then you're going here to here, and what you're going to do is you're going to keep everything outside. So when I do this next section, I'm not going to put this in here, right? We're keeping everything to the outside of the. Come on. Oh my god. There we go. So we're going to keep it outside of this area, right? There will probably be some stuff that might have to go inside that space, but I'm going to not draw anything in here. So if you basically bias it on the furthest out portion of the building. So what that means is if I actually do have another section of this where maybe it sticks out super far, right? But it's only that little section right there. Um, keep clicking on the wrong one. Then I'm still going to keep this out here. Even though this is, I've got all this space in here, just stay out of that space. It's just one of those best practices where it keeps you from getting kind of things all messy. Because if I start moving, like if this is in here, well, now I've got to find this all the way out here, right? So try and keep everything aligned to the outside of the building. Oops. And we can fix that. Again, this point I think I've shown most of you, but you can click on these little things to move the witness line. Just click on it, and it'll redraw it in a different location. Again, this is because I'm doing faces of core, so it will, well, because I'm doing core, so it will jump around to those different points, and then you can also drag these points in and out as you need to. And then the actual line itself, obviously, you can drag that around. But just go around your project, make sure you've got everything lined up. And then after this, you guys should have a whole bunch of documentation ready. Put this, when you guys do it, on a different floor plan from your furniture, from your new construction, all that. Put this on a different floor plan. So right now, oh, am I doing level 2? Oops. Make sure you guys do your ground floor. Well, I guess I have multiples, but yeah, when you guys do it, make sure that you kind of have this in a separate page so that it's something that can be viewed separately from everything else. All right. Um, and then you guys are just going to spend the rest of the week finishing up doing your dimensioning, and then you're also going to what else were you guys going? Oh yeah, and then just clean up the rest of your projects. Make sure everything's completely cleaned up. Run it by me once or twice. Again, I want to see you guys turning out perfect project threes. So run it by me in class, and we'll make sure that you guys have everything ready. See you.